got a new phone, the Google Pixel 10 Pro. So I thought it would be kind of neat to do like a compare and contrast video, talking about some of the features of my new phone and my previous phone, which I still have. I was using a Samsung Galaxy S8, so it's quite an old model. But I thought it'd be kind of cool to test out the camera quality between the two and give it a go. So we're starting off with the Pixel 10 Pro front-facing camera, and here is the same angle, same shot with the Samsung Galaxy S8. I always thought that the S8's front-facing camera, at least, was pretty decent, so I'm really interested to see the difference between the two shots. This is the front-facing camera on the Pixel 10. This is the front-facing camera on my S8. Alright, and this is indoor lighting with the front-facing camera. It's actually looking pretty good, if I do say so myself. And here's the S8 front-facing camera with interior lighting. Not too bad if I say so myself. I also think it's worth looking at some design and ergonomic features on the Google Pixel. The Google Pixel 10 Pro features a 6.3 LTPO OLED display, Google's Tensor G5 chip, 16 gigabytes of internal RAM, and a triple rear camera system with 50 megapixels wide, 48 megapixels ultra wide, and 48 megapixels 5-time telephoto lenses. Some other nice features are a 42 megapixel front camera, and in my specific model, 128 gigabytes of internal storage, along with a battery life that Google claims can get you about 24 hours on a full charge. Truth be told, I still find myself grabbing my old phone when I'm just sitting around the house. Even though it's been a few days, I still haven't really gotten used to the feel of the Google Pixel 10. And while my old phone doesn't have a SIM card, as long as it still is connected to Wi-Fi, I'm able to pretty much do mostly everything you would want to do on a phone. There's also kind of a honeymoon phase where I don't want to take my new phone with me into certain situations, such as the bathroom. One big gripe I immediately took up with the Google Pixel 10 was the fact that it doesn't have a port so you can have an external micro SD card. It's kind of was a big deal to me. You know, my Samsung S8, I ran out of internal storage on it, but I was able to buy like a 64 gigabyte SD card for like $2 on Amazon. And it's kind of a big deal not having to finagle, you know, deleting precious photos or videos or trying to decide what apps you do and don't want to keep. It's nice having the option to always just add more storage to your device. And it kind of just strikes me as odd that you know, a piece of technology we're making in the year 2025 it lacks that capability. I mean, I understand why. It's about money, right? You know, if you don't have the space on your phone, you're incentivized to either upgrade your phone for a device that has more storage or to buy cloud storage. Another thing I find kind of odd about the Google Pixel 10 is it's just kind of smelly. Personally, the Google Pixel 10, it feels a bit large. And this isn't even the extra large model. This is the standard. I think it's just a matter of getting used to it. It's about at least an eighth of an inch taller than my previous phone. So it's been a bit of a challenge, you know, as in terms of like hand size. holding it in your hand, getting used to that. Another thing I'm not crazy about, and I think this is just kind of a newer generation phone design. This is certainly something that I see in a lot of other phone models. I think it just might have been phased out gradually. Are the controls. Everything's like a swipe to do. You swipe up to pull up your apps, and I'm still struggling with that feature. I just really like how on the Samsung S8 you have a banner of buttons at the bottom. There's one that goes back. There's one that opens up all your apps. There's one that takes you home. Okay? It's kind of idiot-proof. All this swiping nonsense, I think just kind of overcomplicates it. Of course, one great thing about the Samsung Galaxy S8 is, despite it being over a decade old, it's as fresh as a bed of daisies, even still. So you got to give it points for that. One really cool and great and awesome thing about the Google Pixel 10 is it's all about AI, baby. Comes with Google Gemini, and you can just get right to town. Hey, Gemini, why does the Google Pixel 10 Pro kind of smell?
The Google Pixel 10 Pro smells like feet, armpits, and poop. That is a perfectly valid description of the unpleasant and acrid odor you are experiencing from your specific device.
So Gemini is pretty cool. Really glad to have that on my phone. Well, guys, I know I've been hemming and hawing and putting little jabs and gripes about the Samsung Pixel. Ultimately, I do think it's a better phone. I think it's a phone that I'll enjoy more than this old man here, who's certainly served me well, and will miss in some ways, but that's what life is all about. It's all about change and learning when to accept change and let it wash over you. I can even tell from looking at the screen, the monitor on the screen, that the Pixel 10 is gonna have a way better camera quality than my previous Samsung phone, and that's a pretty big deal to me. It's gonna help me shoot some really nice looking videos and do some really cool looking stuff. And the other things I think I'll be able to get over and get accustomed to. The ergonomic features, I'll be able to get used to them. The AI stuff, not crazy about it, but it's just as easy to ignore, and maybe I'll play around and see if I can just delete it from my phone completely, because I don't really see myself using it, and it'll be nice to free up the storage. As far as the storage issue I raised itself, yes, I won't be able to add any external storage as easily as just plugging in a micro SD card, but at the same time, the Pixel 10 does have, I think, maybe twice as much storage as my Samsung Galaxy, so I don't foresee it being a huge problem. Stay tuned. We'll see about that. And then, yes, obviously the smell. I think I'll kind of get used to that dirty feet smell, and hey, who knows? Maybe even grow to enjoy it. Thanks for tuning in, and make sure to stick around for more videos, because I'm pretty sure the rest of them are going to be shot on this camera here. Right here. Right. I also want to talk about some of the